There's a verse that we hear almost every Christmas, and you've probably heard it and read it maybe a few hundred times, often in candlelit services or seen it on Christmas cards. But while most of us know the words, very few of us actually stop long enough to feel their weight. You see, Isaiah 9:6 is not just a Christmas slogan, it's a declaration of who Jesus is, what he came to do, and why his arrival changes everything in our lives today. Let's take a look at what it says. For unto us a child is born, to us a son is given, and the government will rest on his shoulders, and he will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. Now, this is not some soft, sentimental verse. It is a promise spoken into a season of fear, darkness, and uncertainty. It points to a child who will carry more authority, more hope, and more power than any king ever had or ever will. So let's slow down a little bit and see what Isaiah is actually saying. Because if we understand these words, Christmas becomes more than a tradition. It becomes a reminder of a God who steps into the darkness with light that cannot be overcome. Isaiah wrote these words during a time when God's people were surrounded by danger and uncertainty. Their world felt shaky. Their future felt fragile. The darkness around them wasn't just poetic, it was real. Threats from every direction, fear hanging over every family. And into that moment, Isaiah begins to speak about a future filled with hope. A day when the darkness will not win. A day when God himself would step in and set things right. And shockingly, that hope would arrive in the most unexpected way. Not through an army, not through a political revolt, but through a child. A child who would grow to rule, a child who would carry titles no human king ever could live up to. A child who would be God in flesh. That's the weight behind Isaiah 9:6. Now that we know the context, let's break this verse down a little bit further. Isaiah starts by saying, for unto us a child is born, to us a son is given. And Isaiah begins with two phrases that sound similar, but speak to two different realities. A child is born. That speaks to Jesus' humanity. He did not appear as a spirit or a force. He came as a baby. He entered into our world in the most vulnerable way possible so that we could know him and relate to him. Isaiah also says a son is given. This points to his divinity. This was no ordinary child. This was the Son of God, given to us by the Father to redeem the world that could not save itself. Human and divine, fully God and fully man, born for us, given for us. Isaiah is not just predicting a birth, he's announcing a rescue. He continues. He says the government will be on his shoulders. Next, Isaiah says something that every Israelite would have longed to hear. A new kind of king was coming, a king whose authority did not come from military strength or political power, a king strong enough to carry the weight of the world. Now, that doesn't mean that Jesus would set up an earthly kingdom and throw off the Roman rule. It means the authority, the direction, and the future of God's people would rest securely on him. He would not shift with politics or crumble under pressure. He would lead with wisdom, justice, and righteousness. A child who would carry the kingdom, a king who would carry his people. And then Isaiah gives us some titles: Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. Isaiah gives these four titles that reveal the heart of the king. Four names that tells us exactly who Jesus is and what he came to bring. Wonderful Counselor shows that he's wise. He sees what we cannot see. He leads with perfect judgment. His counsel is not just helpful, it's wonderful. It's beyond human wisdom. He's a mighty God. There's no confusion here. This child is divine. He is strong enough to save, powerful enough to defeat darkness, and mighty enough to carry what we cannot. He's an everlasting Father. This does not confuse him with God the Father. It highlights the way he rules. He leads like a father, with care, with compassion, with protection. His rule never ends. He's the Prince of Peace. Jesus came not just to bring peace, not just the absence of conflict, but he came to bring restoration to what is broken. Peace between God and humanity. Peace in our hearts. Peace that can't be taken away by circumstances. These aren't just poetic filler. They reveal the character of the God who stepped into our world. He is wise, he is strong, he is compassionate, and he brings peace. Isaiah 9:6 is not just a verse that we should read during the holidays. It's a promise that we need for everyday life. When life feels dark or heavy, Isaiah reminds us that Jesus is a wonderful counselor. He knows what you need. His wisdom is better than what you fear, and he sees a path forward when you cannot. When you feel weak or overwhelmed, he is your mighty God. You do not need to feel the weight of carrying everything on your own because he's strong enough to hold you up. He's powerful enough to save you. When you feel alone or forgotten, he is your everlasting Father. He cares for you. He protects you. He will stay with you when others might walk away. And when life feels chaotic or unsettled, he's your Prince of Peace. A peace that meets you in the storm, not waits for you after it. Isaiah 9:6 is a reminder that God came near. He stepped into the darkness to bring hope. And that same Jesus who was born in Bethlehem is the same Jesus now who leads, who protects, and strengthens and restores today. So take a moment, sit with these titles: Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, and Prince of Peace. Let them shape how you see Jesus. Let them speak into you whatever you are carrying right now. He is with you right now, and he will be with you through it all. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that it encouraged you to see this verse in a new light. If it did, would you leave a comment down below letting me know your thoughts? And also don't forget to subscribe to this channel so you can stay up to date on future content that's coming out. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.